Hello. Um, I was with a friend the other evening, and we were just talking about things to do with my enthusiasm for the Dark Ages and about wargaming and about YouTube. And unthinkingly, I was doing what I very often do in those sort of circumstances. I was drawing, or some people would call it doodling, but it was a bit more purposive than that. And I very quickly ran off a few drawings, almost completely mindlessly, of Dark Age figures doing things. And my friend sort of pointed this out to me, that's what I'd done. And after some period of time, we came up with a bit of an idea. Because some of the notions that I've got about the usefulness of fine art techniques, and also about the art of the period, and even further back in the deep past, that I really love and admire. I want more people to see them. It's nothing to do with YouTube, numbers of people trying to beat anyone else, and it's nothing to do with making money out of it, which I'm not even remotely interested in. It's just feeling that this kind of information and this kind of feeling that I have, which is related to what I do in the studio as an artist, could be well spread. It would be better off being put in the hands of a few more people than I've got at the moment as subscribers, which is less than 100. So, in the videos that I've made, I've tried to actually combine some art and other elements with just these more specifically to do with miniatures and wargaming, that sort of thing. So the British Museum one about the prow of the Anglo-Saxon ship, and looking at art in some of the other things anyway, briefly. But my intention is to expand all that. So anyway, I'd done these drawings very quickly, and we had an idea, and that was this. Drawings that I do, by the way, in this way, are not the super detailed sort of historical, this is how a sax is worn on the belt by an Anglo-Saxon of the 850s or something, What it is more is a slightly more scribbly, sort of atmospheric effect. And this guy, I don't know if you know him, but Sorrell is one of my heroes. He is was a reconstructor. He's long dead now, but his drawings can be seen in many museums up and down the land, and he's a wonderful artist. They're deeply informed. He would actually, he would look at the archaeology of the site and be totally informed, but he would also make this imaginative leap. And they're really to do formally as drawings with light and shade, rather than to do with detail specifically. Some of these drawings, if I can find one that's appropriate, are really quite scribbly, especially his figure drawings. But you always get these clots of dark shade, and there's this sense of the past that there he is at work, imbued in the work. And this is a bit what my work is like. In fine art terms, this is Hans von Marees, a drawing about Achilles and the centaur, who was his teacher. And you can see how marvellously. It's all to do with touch, and it's light and shade, and it's not trying to tell you, not that there are many clothes combined, but who wore this kind of style and what the edging of his cloak was like, blah de blah. It's a generalised thing. So my drawings are a bit like that, the first drawing that I did that I ran off was this very, very quick sketch of Vikings landing on a beach. And it took me, I would say, about 2 minutes. And then I did this one because my friend suggested the subject of 2 Dark Age warriors meeting on a forest path, and that they already had some kind of grudge, and that it broke out into a fight. So what we had, the idea was that you, the subscriber, you can, if you just suggest something like that, 2 Dark Ages warriors fighting in a wood, or maybe, well, I don't want to suggest any, that's it, that's your job. I will do a drawing on the subject in front of the camera as a video, possibly more than one, possibly, let's say, a maximum of 3, and just send the drawings, the original drawings, to you. And I might finish them off a bit off camera, but basically you get to see the layout, the composition and the main part of the drawing on camera, and then I send them to you, and you get an original artwork by a contemporary artist, professional artist, who's worked from the figure a lot, less so now in my actual work now, but that you get an original drawing, it's sort of sketch really, it's a sketch drawing rather than something finished, but that will have been outed on YouTube. It will be seen initially on YouTube, so you get a drawing that is known and recognised to some extent, more than most drawings do, because most drawings stay in sketchbooks and in drawers in studios and in people's pads and eventually burnt and thrown away and this sort of thing. But you'll get an original drawing on the subject that you suggest. All I ask in recompense for that is that you tell a few people, especially other people that maybe are subscribing to you about this, pass it around a bit, and that way the information that I've got, so for instance, like I'm going to do a video on colour modulation based on complementaries, and the way that can give you the kind of effects that I've got with my Dark Age pagan English, for instance, the one a lot of people seem to appreciate and like those, and you can actually learn to paint a bit like that, rather than slapping a load of wash over bright colours, which is, a bit of a soul-destroying thing to do, really. But not just that. All of these techniques, videos that I'll be doing, will go off more widely. So all I'm asking you to do initially is to have an idea. It's got to be Dark Age related, because that's my period, but that can be any time from, sort of the beginning, the real decline of the Roman Empire, say from about mid-4th century, something like that, at the earliest, really through, the Huns, people like that, and the Vandals, through and I prefer it really to be related to these Isles, because that's, again, my interest is the British Isles. But you can come up with anything with that. Picts, Anglo-Saxons, Vikings. It may not be anything to do with any particular people. It could be generically Dark Age warriors. But again, to do with warriors, to do with warlike individuals, not massed armies, because I'm not going to do billions of little, it's going to be a bunch of figures, sort of like a skirmish sort of situation, or even closer than that. 3 or 4 figures, maybe with some more in the background, maybe only 1 or 2 actually. Maybe it could even be one, just one. Make a suggestion. I'm away for a little bit. Within about, let's say 3-4 weeks, I'll look at them, make a decision, and those that I like best, and all of this is on my discretion, I've got to say, and what it fires me up, makes me enthusiastic. I'll do 1, 2 or 3 drawings on videos, and they'll get sent out to people. And as I say, all you've got to do is come up with the idea, and maybe, well, if you can, pass the word a bit about this channel. Okay? So, thanks for watching. Drop your titles below in the comments, or your notions for the drawings, and see you soon. Cheers.